And Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened. Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on another team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Gamecocks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Florida State Seminoles offense is on the field for the first time today. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame you can really utilize.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Using the quick game. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Running through contact. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. He's got 59 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. Makes the grab down the middle. Touchdown, Noles! What a catch and run for 6.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Seminoles offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Buys a little time with his feet. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, the problem with the play-action game is that it forces the QB to hold on to the ball just a little bit longer to allow some of these plays to develop. And, of course, that gives this defense longer to get after.
Looking to throw on second down. It's complete to the left. And doing there is that defense runs him out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And the Gamecocks will call on their punt team. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. On the return, it's Lawrence. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did. He's off to the races. He's at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, 7-0.
Yeah, and coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Florida State, 14. South Carolina, 0.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
The give to the back. At the 45, on its way. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Gamecocks will hustle for the line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The give to the tailback. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Sellers. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. He's looking to throw. The short hands, it's Sellers. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense. You move the ball all the way down the field. You got an opportunity on 3rd down, and you can't protect your quarterback. You get the sack, and now it's probably field goal time if you make a field goal.
He got it. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
South Carolina, 3.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's going for it all. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And the interception was enough. The return made it even better as he gets it down to the 48-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. He'll put the tight end in motion. Quick release by the QB. On the move is the 30. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And the Gamecocks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, then.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Seminoles have their offense in high gear. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Florida State!
Well, the defense is going to have to find an answer for this tight end down in the end zone. You cannot allow that guy that much space.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Florida State, 21. South Carolina, 10.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down.
South Carolina Gamecocks will take over.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
To the air on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this quarterback started taking a couple shots from the pocket. And there's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
2nd and 10 here. The give from the gun. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Yep. I think that's what everybody says to their quarterbacks after they take big hits like that. He got the first down, but you don't want to make a living taking those whacks.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
2nd down coming up.
Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Wang. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Lawrence. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Fires to the middle. And you just don't expect your junior quarterback to get fooled and to throw it into double coverage like that. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They keep attacking through the air. Fires to the right. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. He's going to fire deep. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Noles. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread, Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches, so he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
28, South Carolina, 10.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got a man, it's Wang. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seminoles. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
He's got an open man. And he's running in the open. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third down, going up top. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. Looking to move it through the air. Going to take a shot. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
They're bringing heat. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. The Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. Running it back, it's Lawrence. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Motion from the offense. Looking to throw for it. He'll take a shot. Fires the pass. Intercepted.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quarterback on the keeper. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Looking for more room. The 10. Touchdown, Florida State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I could be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Maybe some nerves on that return, but a fortunate bounce, and they'll retain possession. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Open space at the 25. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Give to the running back.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beats you.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field... Get the national rankings. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
It's 4th down, and this offense is going to stay on the field and keep the kicker on the sidelines. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from their own 1. First up, they've got to avoid disaster. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. 1st down for this offense. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to him. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. Power football with the run. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the gun, running back gets to give. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6.
Picks up 3. It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 3rd and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Touchdown, no! And the pummeling has started. Oh, they want the 2, and the holder's going to try to throw it. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's got it. Smashes through. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Ran through the contact. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the right. Hard running there. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the ceiling touchdown.
And some people might say they should have taken a knee, run the clock out. This offense believes, I'm going to run the football. It's your job to stop it. And they add a rushing touchdown and another 6 to the scoreboard.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take